Well, good day, folks, and welcome. I'm Neil Johnson, and I have with me my special guest, going by the handle of Constitution Vet.
How's it going, Patriots?
And some of you will be watching this on my Neil of the North channel, and some will be watching on my Lumberjack Logic channel. So I just want to, hold on, get that out of the way first, and we're going to give a little history lesson tonight. And I think it's very pertinent. It's very timely with all that is going on. So there's a lot of news coming out of Australia. I made a video about the dog situation today, which is rather bizarre, but nonetheless, it is what it is. If you didn't see that video, you can check that out. We can bring that up. And then we could also talk a little bit about the situation with the stadium over there. And there's a whole host of issues. But it's not only over there, but it is also here at home. And there's things we're seeing, like in Cook County, Illinois, which oftentimes gets called Crook County. There was a gal who had her parental rights stripped for simply refusing a quote-unquote medical procedure. So that's a little alarming. But I have with me Ben, going by handle of Constitution Vet, and he is a history teacher. And we're going to get into some of the timelines on this. And this is going to be a little more educational, not necessarily quite as newsy as maybe you're used to. Okay. But I encourage you to stick with us, because I think those who are doomed to, those who do not learn the lessons of history and the failures thereof are doomed to repeat them. So that being said, I think it's important. And this is going to help you in your discussions with people, because one of the things that I think is so crucial right now is that you educate your friends, neighbors, and relatives. Okay. And I mean that in all sincerity. And you do that by asking questions. And most of them will not. I'm going to plug my phone in just in case battery goes low. Most of them do not think all that well, folks. This is a real thing. We are living in a world of constant distractions. We all have mobile devices. We are not left too much thought. It's input, input, input. I don't know if you guys all saw the movie Short Circuit. It was a movie from the 80s. But yes, input, input, input. And, we need input, and that's why you're here. But you also need time to think. And, folks, you got to ask the right questions. So without further ado, I'm bringing him in. He's got his mic on mute. Here he is. Constitution Vet.
Good evening, Patriots. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. I'm sure everyone can hear me. Awesome. So, yeah, guys, there's a lot to tackle on this, but I want to keep it simple, clear, and concise. And I want to share my screen really quick. I got a quick little quote here I want to show. Let's see here. Share screen. And do I need your permission to share? Okay.
I think I need to do something here. Let me see here. Settings. Hold on. Guests. Oh gosh, I'm doing this on my phone. Hold on a sec.
No worries. Well, hey guys, while Lumberjack Logic is getting that figured out, I'm going to keep this little mini lesson really straight to the point. There's a certain time period in history that I'm going to use to focus on. And tonight we're going to compare what happened in this time period in history to modern day. And after today's live stream, if you want to learn a better way in doing this, just do what I'm going to show you, keep it simple, and by the end, you will be kind of scared, but you also will be filled with hope as well, because there's always a light at the end of the darkness. All right.
Is there?
Absolutely there is. Heck yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to go on my PC here. I'm gonna enter the studio, and I think I can do something here.
All right, no problem. Tell you what, I'll go ahead and read this quote right off the bat. Is that cool?
That's cool. You go for it.
All right, so I want to start off with a historical philosopher known as Frederick Nietzsche. Now, to be fair, I'm not a big fan of Nietzsche. What's up?
Can you hit that? Can you try and share your screen again?
Oh, yeah, sure. Here we go.
it'll pop up, and then I can allow
Let's
it.
see. Okay, share. It's still showing. I'm not able to click share.
All right, you keep going here. I'll figure it out.
Okay. All right. So this historical philosopher named Frederick Nietzsche. Again, I'm not really the biggest fan of his. However, he does make a lot of good points in some of his work. In his work called Human, All Too Human, he makes the following quote. And I'm using this quote as a bit of encouragement during these dark times. Here we go. Condition for being a hero. If a man wants to become a hero, the snake must first become a dragon. Otherwise, he is lacking his proper enemy. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the fact. This dragon is the current surrender in chief. There, I said it. The current dragon is leading a pretty tyrannical regime. We're seeing that now. And this dragon has been in for 8 months. That's it, just 8 months. He began as a small snake. But here's the thing. If you truly want to be a hero, you have to be willing to fight against this dragon. But in order for us to fight against that dragon, we need to understand the context. We need to understand the history. And that's where we're going to tonight.
I don't know if you're going to be able to share the screen. For some reason, I am not. I mean, if I want to share my screen, I can share. Here, share. Yeah, it is not.
Okay, no problem. Well, that's all well and good. Tell you what, I'm going to send you a link to you so you can share the screen. Is that cool?
That's cool. Here.
Here.
Watch this, folks. I'm going to dump myself over here. We're going to... I'm going to kick myself out of my own stream. I was using the phone because it works so much better. So hold on.
We got a little Inception thing going on there. Here we go.
Okay, how are we doing now?
Sound good to me? There's a slight echo.
Oh, hold on a sec. Now this thing is there. Now I shut the mic off. There we go. All right. There we go. Minnesota, you betcha. Hi, Julie. Hey, why don't you all help us out here real quick? Smash the like for me. Whichever channel you're watching on, smash that like, and then also just quickly put in the chat where you are from. And the double echo should go away, Wayne. I just had to bug out of the cell phone and get onto the computer because we were having too many issues there. And anyhow, so we are getting I'm getting an email from him since we cannot get his screen share to work. And
I just sent you a link to the first website I want to go through together.
You're right, and we're still getting an echo. There we go. Now, are you getting an echo?
I do not hear it currently. So we're good. We're set.
Let's see, I wish I could. Let me see if I can. I'm going to try something here.
Okay.
Ha 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 ha! I'm such a genius. I figured it all out. All right, folks. I'm sorry about our technical difficulties, but here we go. You sent me an email. All right, and of course my email
in the chat.
Oh, you sent me a link in there. Good idea. Good idea.
Yeah, in the private chat. The first link is the thing I'll be showing you.
Okay.
And I will walk you through it with everyone watching.
Okay, I'm going to open that up in Safari so I can share that. And then we're going to go share screen, and we're going to go to
share screen.
We're going to go first. It's going to show up all goofy here. Let's see. Is that the two of us? Is this? Oh, I wasn't supposed to share Safari. It was supposed to share the other, but here, watch this then. I want to keep this up so I can go.
Super high set.
There you go.
Okay. So guess what the historical time period is? Pre-war Germany. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you really want to see a historical comparison that is shockingly accurate to what's going on right now, look no further than pre-war Germany. This is a really good source. It explains everything leading up to World War II. We're not going to go through it word for word, but what we will do is look at a very broad overview on this. The first paragraph and the second paragraph basically explain the first step to tyranny. See, Germany lost horribly after World War I. Horribly.
No, they were
And
terrible. No,
the people were looking for a savior. The people in Germany were looking to someone to say, I can solve all your problems. If you follow me, I can fix everything. Well, let's make a little comparison here. Who made so many bold claims during his supposed candidate run? Who made all these bold claims saying that he will fix all these problems, that he'll make all these bad things go away like magic?
yes,
Well,
yes. Well,
like
actually, I think most politicians do that, though, don't they?
that is true. Most do. But here's the difference. An entire nation was deceived. An entire nation was deceived by this one person who made this lie. But let's keep going, though. If you scroll on down, we're going to go to a certain point here that's really shockingly comparable to what's going on now. Keep going.
Keep going.
All right there. Let's go back up a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to go to the paragraph. Keep going. Go up a little bit more. Up a little bit.
Oh, up? You want me to go backwards?
Yeah, up a little bit, right there. Okay. So right there explains that certain party, how it got started. Okay. It gives the background on where they came from and who they viewed as the enemy. Now, there's one sentence there that really stands out to me. Here we go. They demanded all Jews be deprived of German citizenship. They all wanted German peoples under one united banner. So having people united under one banner isn't necessarily bad. But then it says they wanted all Jews, these people, to be denied citizenship. So right off the bat, what's happening here? You see the mob telling a certain group of people in society that you are not allowed to be with us. You are the cause for all these problems. And that's what happened right before World War II kicked off. The German people needed to look to someone to guide them. And that person...
So we now have divided people into two groups, and saying that all the problems rest with this one group. And I think you folks all understand what we're talking about here. Okay. And so it's because it's a problem of, it's a pandemic of the, right, finish the sentence. Okay. So these people are good, these people bad. And that's actually kind of taking place within the military now as well, which has got to really hit home close to you, Constitution vet, because you served.
Right.
And many of these people who have served or are serving are now facing this.
So bottom line, the main takeaway from this part so far is that this country was deceived. They gave in to a lie. This so-called savior, this person said, I'll fix all your problems if you just do what I say. Even if that means discriminating against a certain group of people. Now keep going. You keep going a little bit.
Here, I want to read something real quick, too. One of the main supporters of these ideas was Austrian-born Adolf Hitler, who had been the corporal in the German army during World War I. By 1923, Hitler had skillfully increased Nazi party membership from 3,000 to 15,000 and had organized a private army of mostly ex-soldiers. The essay also called stormtroopers or brown shirts because of the color of their uniforms to attack his political opponents. They appropriated the swastika, an ancient symbol frequently used in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, which had become popular in the Western world as a symbol of good luck. And I think what's interesting here, folks, and I want you to really pick up on, is that he organized this private army to attack his political opponents. Now, the attacks are coming a little differently today, okay, but nonetheless, they're coming. And they have actually, it seems, sanctioned two organizations that you all well know, and Portland is still a complete turd show, let's call it, all right? It's pretty bad out there. But they have basically appropriated it by not stopping them, by not saying what they're doing is wrong. They have basically appropriated these groups to be their quote unquote enforcers. Anyhow, we're going to move down here.
If you want to continue the modern day comparison, keep going. It gets really good. Keep going. Okay. Part 2, where it talks about his rise to power.
Yep.
Okay. Now, again, I'm not going to go through it word for word, but what I will do, keep going to the.
Well, I think what's interesting here, I think, and what people need to understand, it remained a fringe party into the 28 elections. That year, they pulled just 810,000 votes, or 2.5%, but they gained ground in night. So it's one of the things, and I have a friend, and he reads a lot about revolutions and different things. They have to move fast, folks, or they lose steam. Okay, so there's a gradual progression up to a certain point, and then it's got to move fast, and you can see that all throughout history. So, anyways, where do you want me to go to?
But go down to the point where it says he was appointed as chancellor.
Yes, right here.
Now this, I think this is probably the most important section in this entire website. Here's why. This guy didn't really have complete power until he was chosen to be in this rule of power. Again, he deceived everyone. Everyone believed he was going to be the person to save this country. But once he got into power, look what happened. We'll go down to, here we go. He passed an emergency decree which suspended civil liberties and authorized mass arrests of communists. Of course, that was the supposed enemy to them, including all communist parliamentary delegates, yada, yada, yada.
And I think we need to make a real comparison here between Hitler and communism. They were not that different, folks. So like when you hear this whole thing about, the far right, and that's like, the Nazi party, and then the far left, that's like, no. They were all into state-owned everything. Right. UBI, folks, all this stuff was the same. So you got to learn how to talk when they're trying to tell you that the right is like this and the left is like this, because it's just not true. It's simply not true. Okay, please do smash that like, and let's increase this distribution just a little bit. But I want to also point out, if you go back up here, the Reichstag fire, and I would compare that to J6, okay, because it was a complete setup, and as was the Reichstag fire. And if the people don't understand that, I think they need to. It was an arson attack in 1933 where the German parliament met. The Nazis blamed the communists and then pressured President Hindenburg to pass an emergency decree which suspended civil liberties. So there was an event that caused that. Currently, we have 2 events going on to cause that, okay? So you are seeing how they are trying to make anybody opposed to their political ideology, and they're utilizing this quote unquote insurrection, right? And they're saying that this is the problem. But we need to keep this all into perspective, folks. And that was basically a setup, and we know that there was actually plants from government alphabet agencies in there to stir them all up. So I want to just make sure we get that in there. And on that same token, if you keep reading, it says his government deviated from the Constitution as necessary, whenever it was convenient for him to deviate from the Constitution. Okay, they outlawed. What's going on in Australia in a major way?
They outlawed labor unions. They imposed press censorship. I'll say that again. They imposed press censorship and banned all other political parties. They established a secret police called the Gestapo, sent political opponents to concentration camps, and required all children 10 years or older into Nazi youth organizations. Now, I need to really emphasize on this really quick. The moment the ruler, the authority, the state censors you, you're already down this path. The moment they tell you that your children must be indoctrinated to a certain ideology, you see what I'm getting at here? You're already down this path. So what this psychopath did, it's very easy for us to look at him and say, oh, we would never do that. But if you don't understand the perspective of the villain, who's to say you won't become the villain? And so if you look at where we're at right now, guys, I'm not trying to scare y'all. I'm trying to educate you. What's going on in our country right now, and even in Australia, it's already happened. When you look at the protests going on, not just in this country, but all over the world, in England, in France, this has already happened. And it doesn't take a genius to figure this out. The biggest thing you can say to trigger anyone who believes that this government has your well-being in hand, here's how I trigger them. Tell them that they're on the path to becoming a Nazi. Oh, that'll set them off. But it's historically accurate. If you know anyone in your life who is for censorship, who is for discriminating anyone who dares disagree with you, who supports CRT, they are effectively on the same path that Germany was going right before the war kicked off.
And
that's the most important takeaway from this.
And I posted up that one comment about Amendment 2A because it's so crucial, folks. You are 100% right. Was that Ed who posted that? Because if we did not have that, we would be in the same spot. Now, I want to, and Melissa, maybe you can, I see you're on here, your mods, so maybe you can grab Constitution Vet's channel and post that in there, or Constitution Vet, do you want to post that in? So you guys can subscribe to him if you want some more history lessons.
Appreciate it.
Just slip that in the comments, and if you get that in there, I can even pin that for you. So
yeah, we'll do. And I'm currently doing a series on practical teaching skills. So for example, if you are a parent and if you're sick and tired of this garbage school system and you want to homeschool, my channel has practical ways you can educate your children the way you see fit. Yeah, so I'm posting the link of my channel in the chat box now. There it is.
All right. I don't see it yet, but
you should see it in a second. But anyway, guys, as y'all can tell, I'm pretty passionate about this. And if you really want to keep it simple, it's this: tyranny. That's all it is. It's tyranny versus liberty. It's freedom versus totalitarianism. I probably said that wrong. Totalitarianism. But yeah, bottom line, guys, it's happened before. You just need to look at your history. And if you think, oh, I can't do anything, nope, you can. You can do a lot. And that's where I would direct y'all to go check out Dave Jose and Josh Barnett. Oh my gosh, those guys' channels, they live, eat, and breathe citizen agency. They teach you guys how to reach out to your representatives. They show you how to draft up legal documentation to tell your local representatives, hey, I'm not okay with this, and here's why. So you can do something. I can me too.
Yeah, you know what it is, because it's on two channels. I've got the ability to add mods on whatever channel I happen to be on, and so I've got Melissa's here, and so I can't even pin it. I'm going to look up your channel here. You keep going.
Okay. And so with all that being said, guys, I want to bring up another quote here. This quote coming up is actually from a YouTube video. It's from the channel Academy of Ideas. And this YouTube video is really good because it focuses on the topic of safety. And this video link, which I'll put in the chat box here for you, Neil, the channel Academy of Ideas on YouTube has a video that talks about how every society that chose safety over freedom crumbled every single time. There's another quote I want to use here from Frank Furedi in his book, How Fear Works. He quotes, historically, some of the most prosperous societies in ancient Athens, the Renaissance Italy, 19th century Britain, these were amongst the societies that flourished because they favored freedom, experimentation, taking risks. They were not for an addiction towards safety. Alexander Hamilton from the Federalist Papers quoted, "To be more safe, they at length become willing to run the risk of being less free."
All right. I just wanted to get your pin, and we got 2 channels going here. Sorry, folks, that people are asking for their wrenches. You're probably just on the wrong channel, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to keep rolling along here. So I'm on Neil of the North and the other. Let's see. This which one are you looking for? The last one you sent over?
Well, so the link I just sent you, the most recent one, was a YouTube link to a channel I recommend everyone check out. It's that Academy of Ideas video.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and I was just citing some quotes from that video.
Okay.
So the small picture is pre-war Germany. That's the historical example. The big picture is every time a society chose safety over liberty, it crumbled every single time. And that goes back to the YouTube link I just posted in the chat to Neil. So what do? What's more important, safety or liberty?
Okay, I'm going to give you an example of this because I think this is so good. Years ago, I was waiting tables, and my good friend Chris, we'd gone out, we were grabbing lunch, and we were talking, and we had gone through this goal and value planning session. And when we did that, she talked about security as an important value, and I said, so which is more important than freedom or security, because they're both on the list? And she said, well, maybe security. And I said, well, is it? I said, when God led the chosen people out of Egypt, right? And they were going around, right? And they're in the desert wandering for 40 years. They're all complaining about everything. And somebody says there's an echo. Is there anybody else hearing the echo? I just want to address that quick. And some people are saying there's some buffering issues, but it looks pretty good. But I'm going to finish my story here. I just wanted to make sure that you guys aren't all experiencing echoes. Maybe it's just car's car. I don't think we should be experiencing echoes here. But please light it up here and let me know. Is there an echo? Fine. Okay, good. All right. So anyways, she said, and then I said, the chosen people coming out of Egypt, and they're complaining, and then they're back. Well, back there we had, we knew where our next meal was going to come from. Basically, we had a place to lay our heads. They're all whining about it because they had security. They just didn't have any freedom. And then she goes, oh, I guess freedom is. I go, is it? I said, is freedom more important than security? I said, if you don't know where you're going to lay your head that night, and then she's all confused. And I said, my point is, you just need to think about which is more important for you in your own personal value set. And I will tell you that for me, I am so freedom centered. It is absolutely unreal. My whole life. Do you know what my biggest challenge with locals is? I'm going to be really honest with my lovely audience who I love so much. It obligates me. I feel obligated to make videos. I don't like, it's just so crazy, but I don't. I have like such a strong burden for freedom, personal freedom in my life. It is absolutely mind-numbing how I operate to some people. I remember years ago when my boss told me that he was going to arbitrarily change my sales policy on me. And, and I was a six-figure earner at that point. And that was years ago when actually six figures meant something. And he goes, and he's telling me this, and I'm talking to him on the phone, and I said, you did what? And then I got into a yelling match with him, and I said, all right, that's it. I'm out. And I came in and started cleaning up my desk, and they came running over there. No, what, Neil? Because they didn't want me to leave because I was their top sales guy. But the bottom line is, no one was going to tell me what to do. It beats within me so strongly, I can't even describe it. So for me, to think that somebody's going to try and control us, I'm out. Anyways, I just had to put my own little personal take on that.
No, that's actually really good because my story is very similar and also pretty different too. But with regards to the question of safety versus liberty, it depends on each individual person. The problem arises is when the ruling authority, the state, the governing power strips that away. The problem is when the governing authority tells you, no, safety is more important than your freedom. I mean, hello, if you've been paying attention to what's going on, we have celebrities, we have certain people in the medical field who tell you your freedom is not important. That's a huge flag, ladies and gentlemen, because guess what?
Huge.
This happened in pre-war Germany. Neil, I'm going to send you another link really quick.
Okay.
And this next link I'm going to show you is a timeline of the Jewish people and how they were ostracized leading up to the Holocaust, leading up to World War II. This link I just sent you is pretty cool because it gives you a very clear and concise summary, and then it gives you an actual timeline. So it explains how the discrimination against the Jews was not sudden. It was a very gradual evolution. At first, people were like, oh, okay, this makes sense, sure. But as it progressed, it became worse and worse. So the second paragraph, here we go. The main purpose of the anti-Jewish policy between this time period, according to racial theory, was to isolate German Jewry from German society and ultimately encourage them to leave their homeland. Okay, now let's bring to modern day. What is the governing authority encouraging people to do? Take something that they may not want to do. So all of a sudden, you have two groups of people. Those who have taken the jab and those who have not taken the jab. Now, I will make this very clear. I'm not anti-jab. I'm anti-governing authorities mandating the jab. That's where I stand. And I find it very interesting. Right now, in our day and age, where is the my body, my choice crowd? Where are they? They seem awfully silent right now. If you keep looking at this.
Well, what's fascinating about that is it's all very conditional. And one thing that you have to watch out for, folks, is inconsistencies in your own life too. And if you spot those inconsistencies, okay, so like you go, anything that they do on the right is right. Well, we are learning more and more, folks. This isn't a battle of right left. This is a good evil, us versus them. Okay, so let's not make this a right left thing. Okay, I am a conservative, but I will tell you that the quote unquote right is not upholding conservative principles all the time.
Sure. The scary part about this is that every single day that we are living under this newly forming tyranny, soon it's going to be those who are this group and those who are not this group. We're already seeing that day to day. And the determining factor is getting that needle put in your arm that you may not know what's in that needle. Bottom line, it should fall to each individual person making the choice, not governmental powers forcing it. And so, am I making a comparison to pre-war Germany with Jews to now? Yes, I absolutely am. Because you can make a comparison.
It's quite easy.
Was that?
It's quite easy to make that comparison,
Yeah.
actually.
And I hope that people just spend 30 minutes. That's it, 30 minutes looking at society in pre-war Germany or life for Germans leading up to World War II. You will be shocked at how similar things are starting to play out. But I do want to conclude this mini lesson with some hope, with some optimism. Here's the good news to all of this. Even though we are already down a path, just like Germany was before World War II, unlike the Germans, we are the most armed populace in the world. Just look at the numbers. America has a very unique problem. Well, it's not really a problem. If you are a tyrant, it's a problem.
It's a problem for tyrants.
The
Yes.
problem is that you're dealing with an armed populace, the most armed populace in the entire world, and that's not an exaggeration. The United States has more firearms than any other country. The citizens, as I stated in my second video on my channel, I believe, if you are a United States citizen, guess what? You are already a militia. You don't need to join any organization. Because you are a United States citizen, you are already a militia. That's what the Second Amendment makes very clear. So my point is, no matter how bad it gets, I know that the future can be scary. And I know that the threat of internal conflict is scary. But the same token, we are a citizenry who is armed. We are a citizenry that has rights that cannot be taken away, rights that were never the gift of government. It was right. It was rights that were given to you by your creator. So as we see chaos unfolding, not just in this country, but around the world, take heart and know that it's not the end of the story. Things can change. You, on an individual level, can still make an impact.
And you're the plan, folks. And hey, we really need to mention something here too quick. You know, if we can turn this around, people, we will be the first nation in the history of the world to turn it around. I cannot think of another time.
We already did the American Revolution. We were the first of its kind. If you think about it. Look at the American Revolution. We were an experiment. It was the most dangerous experiment in human history. We went against the largest empire in the world at the time, and we dared create a government that wasn't perfect. Okay, it had its flaws, but we dared go against a king. And we told that king, you can go screw off. We're going to make our own country.
Straight up, man. Go pound sand.
And again, was it perfect? No, but it's a hell of a lot better than what it was. And so when we look at today, you cannot forget the value of history, because our founding fathers, as flawed and as gray as they were, they knew what they were doing. And they gifted us a country that allowed us, the people, the ability to fight back and say, no, you are not going to do this to us. Ultimately, the decision falls upon you. And on that same topic of the citizens fighting back, I want to send you one more link, Neil. This link.
Now, folks, I want to let you know I keep posting Constitution Vet's link. I just posted it again. That's to his YouTube channel. Take a quick moment. We'll just pause here. Take a quick moment and go subscribe to his channel if you want to get some good history teaching. That's what he does. How many videos are you putting out? It's not even, what, one or two?
I got 2 videos a week. Two
videos a week.
I am a full-time teacher, and so that's the best I can do at this moment.
And what do you teach?
What's up?
What do you teach?
Well, history. History, government, life skills, leadership. Yeah, those are my actual classes. And in my channel, it's mostly history.
Hey, folks, I'm gonna share something with you really quick. This is bordering on danger zone here, but I'm doing it anyways. Okay, I can't help myself. I have to because people, you need to understand how you can win. I think winning is important. Okay, and y'all want to win? Tell me, do you want to win? Do you want to win? Because I want to win. All right. Okay, do y'all want to win? Yes or no? You got to tell me. I'm going to share this with you. I got to know you want to win.
Absolutely.
I see nobody chatting. Nobody wants to win. There's no point in sharing this. I'm telling you. So go follow Constitution Vet's channel. We must win. All right, there we go. Somebody wants to win. Okay, everybody's chiming in. Good. Thank you. Thank you. I just want to make sure you were listening. Here it is. Read it.
This
is how it happens, folks.
Is that in Canada?
This is how it happens. Okay? That's how. That's how. You decide you're going to. Okay? And I can give you countless stories of this. Okay? I made a video about it the other day. Hopefully you watched it. It was quite good. I thought it was really good. Did you see that one? You didn't see it. I can tell already. You got to go watch that video, Constitution Vet. Tell you what, that was
you make so many videos. I forget which one it was.
Oh, I tell you what, that was a good one. That was one of my best videos of all time. It was fantastic. No, I mean it, because I told the story about a company and what was going on, and I could tell you too that my friend Wayne did. Thank you. See, somebody watched my video. There it is.
I probably did watch it. I just forgot.
So, but folks, if we're gonna, not go down this path, I'm telling you, there's no other country that I can look back on the history of the world, right, that's been this close, a nation that's been this close to the brink and turned it back around. Okay. Now America was special. We had a new continent. We were kind of removed from the empire and so on. And then we made them come over here. We were still a ragtag band. I know we had pitchforks. We had substandard equipment. We were the world's best retreating army, folks. We were. George Washington, it was the world's best retreating army. You need to understand that. Nobody could retreat like George Washington. Pulling off a retreat is the hardest military maneuver there is, hands down. And he was awesome at it, okay? But and we outlasted him, and we had our victories, and he fought on ground of his choosing. He was a very smart general, okay? But he was also very passionate, and a lot of people don't know that about George Washington. They think he's sitting by a cherry tree all the time, and he's just kind of, he's just big, big thinker, just kind of doing that. I'm telling you. Hey, thanks. Somebody else watched it. They just told me. They did watch it. It was really good. See, I told you it was good. Anyways, it's a good video, folks. I think it was called "This Is Huge." I think is what was on there. So please go back and watch that if you haven't. It was great, and I tell those stories, and it's so important, folks, that you know those stories. But somebody said they didn't see this picture, so I'm going to share it one more time and add it back into the stream. There it is, and this is from a Canadian. Okay.
Wow. That's
my wife's employer just had to walk back their policy. Too many are going to quit. This is how we end this crap. Stop complying. Okay, that's how you do it, folks. If you comply, that's it.
There is another situation. I forgot what the details were, but I remember seeing it recently where this employee was basically told, "Hey, you must show proof that you've been vaccinated." And the employee was like, "Okay, I'll tell you what, I demand to see the medical records of every single other employee, everything. I want to see everything about them medically." And their employer was like, "We can't show you that." The employee's like, "Well, then I can't show you my vaccine passport then. That ain't gonna happen." And he won. So it's like, okay, fine. Two can play at that game. Yeah, Neil, I sent you a link just now to a New York Post article that was the optimistic thing I wanted to end my lesson on really quick.
Okay, all right.
It reinforces just how much agency American citizens truly have. This is an amazing story.
Okay, here, wait. I gotta get up the other here.
So really quick, while you're pulling that up,
the New York Post will pull out some great articles. Well, here, I'm gonna have to actually stop the screen share and reshare with the new New York Post article. So it takes a few clicks to do this. It's not the most intuitive interface here. There we go.
So this is from what I've seen so far, this is currently progressing. It's currently ongoing. But yeah.
This is huge, actually. This is the story of the day. I haven't been able to do a video on it, folks, but darn it.
This is a big deal.
Bliss and Glenn Beck and the others that are going in there when our government has completely failed us, and the citizenry rises up, goes over there and protects our people and gets them the heck out of Dodge. They're going in there risking their life and limb in spite of the commies in our government, and they're going over there and getting it done, folks. They are flying in harm's way. They're dealing with possible torture and the life, the whole kit and caboodle, and they're doing it. And this is the story. Anyways, we're gonna get into it.
Exactly. That's why I wanted you to do, because I knew you would get fired up over this, and I love it. So here's the thing, guys. This was all done by veterans. People who have served, like myself, people who are furious with what is going on over there. And I know Salty Cracker did a video over this. Marcus D did a video over this.
Yes.
Check them out. If you scroll on down.
Yeah, you guys got to go watch Marcus D's video he did today. It's really fantastic. Really it's very, very good. Go check that out. But I want to look at this. After the U.S. military pulled out of Afghanistan, U.S. vets came back to make sure no one was left behind. A group of highly trained U.S. military veterans has been secretly rescuing hundreds of ally operatives from Afghanistan, volunteering over fears those allies would otherwise be left for dead, according to a report. You have to understand, these people care. Other than the callous reaction that we are getting out of the Biden White House, did you hear the other day when he said, oh, yeah, we factored that into the decision? You shack donkey, you donkey. You complete donkey. Okay, look, you factored in the loss of our Marines, and that was okay with you. When you could have pulled out in a different way, you were okay with our citizens. I saw the video, folks. Guns to heads, they're getting executed. And if you want to see it, I don't even really fully recommend watching it. I saw it coming and I put the phone down because I didn't need to see it in reality. But the bottom line is, over on my locals page, somebody shared it, and it will show you what's going on over there. If you want to see just how bad it is, what the news media isn't telling you, it is that bad, folks. But these people have personal connections because they've been there before, and they are not willing to see their friends and allies, people who help them. I bring back the. I'm sorry, Ben. I gotta cover this. But I've read twice Lone Survivor. I've watched the movie a couple times as well. But that. Muhammad Gulab, I think was his name, who actually saved Marcus Luttrell over there. Okay, that village is still there. The Pashtun tribes are still there. Now, Gulab is over here in the U.S. now. Okay, he is over here in the U.S., but that village is still there. And how do you think the Taliban's going to treat them? And how do you think the Taliban's going to treat the other people that they now have given the list to? Okay, but these people, these ex-military, these folks, these former, these vets, they aren't willing to let it happen. Joey Boggs might have factored it into the whole equation and been okay with it, but they're not. And so they're willing to go risk their life while he sits there at he's on vacation, staycation up at Camp David? This guy is sick. Anyways, go on. I'm sorry.
I love the fire. I love it.
That's ridiculous.
So here's the thing. The reason why I'm showing this is for a couple reasons. Number one, I've served in Afghanistan. I have a personal connection to what's going on over there. I still have friends who are still serving. I have friends and family who are still serving. And, to be fair, to be clear, the debate is not whether we should have left Afghanistan or not. The argument and debate is the way all this happened. President Trump had a bureau set in place. He had a team. He had the funding set in place. He had a plan that was supposed to work all of this out. But the current surrender-in-chief decided to cancel that plan, take away the funding, and that happened earlier this year. Well, here's the problem. When you take away the plan that was set in place for this, for a safe and gradual withdrawal, you have chaos like this. And yet, is as bad as it got, as bad as it is, you still have the agency of the American citizen. You have the agency of veterans who are not going to tolerate this. And that's the point, ladies and gentlemen. We are not living in a country where the citizens are the slaves of the ruling authority. We are in a country where you have the freedom to live the life you see fit. And no matter how bad it gets, you have the right to say what you want, believe in who you want, and defend yourself with as many pew-pews as you want. So,
yes.
and to top it all off, if you are sick and tired of what's going on with our current government, guess what? Fix it yourself. Pull the whole Thanos quote. Fine, I'll do it myself. It's sad to see it, but that's what's going on.
Do you know what's so interesting? And I think this is one thing that David Jose makes such a great point about, and I want to give him credit for this, but it's that we have to have the faith, because people are always like, oh yeah, but, and then they have this, and nothing will change, and wah. I'm so tired of hearing people talk that way. It's stupid, it's self-defeating, it's completely pointless and dumb, okay? What you do is you have faith, because faith without works is dead. So by simply sending in, I think one of the most powerful things with the whole affidavit method, or any sort of form of contact that you make, or any time you stand up, or any protest you take part in, any of that, is you are involved, and that is you acting in faith, okay? And so when you do that, you are empowering yourself. Okay, when you are working towards the goal, when you are moving ahead, when you are doing the work, you don't think these self-defeating thoughts as much, because you're too busy in the work, okay? And that's what we need to do, and I love this. The week-long secret operation dubbed Pineapple Express has been carried out by a group of special ops veterans, including retired Green Berets and SEAL team commanders, they told ABC News. They were driven by deep frustration that our own government didn't do this, former Navy SEAL Jason Redmond told ABC. We did what we should do as Americans, he said. We did what we should do as Americans, he said. We did what we should do as Americans, he said. Okay, they didn't wait on Jay Bribes to tell them they could or couldn't. It's just like these people, going door to door in Colorado and the Canyon State and trying to find out what went on. Okay, they're not waiting for anybody anymore. They can just get out and do that. All right. Anyhow,
I just sent you a link of an image that I think encapsulates all of this in one quote. It's from my boy, Alexander Solzhenitsyn. I love this guy.
Yes.
I just sent you a link of a quote that he made. And if you want, I can just read it if you want.
Yeah, I got it.
There you go. The simple step of a courageous individual is not to take part in the lie. One word of truth outweighs the world. This is coming from a guy who fought in the Soviet army. He was put into the Gulag system. He escaped the Gulags, and his work brought down the Soviet Union. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow patriots, like, if you want to figure out what the hell is going on in our current country and our world, look no further than pre-World War II Germany and the Soviet Union. Those two worlds of evil. It's happening all over again.
I'm going to share one more thing here. I'm going to roll this over. So this is 17 moments in Soviet history, but I want to go to the formation of the USSR. And I want you, I want you to think in terms. Earlier today, I read the Declaration of Independence, and I got really fired up reading it because it's such a fantastic document. Now look at this. Look at the difference. Declaration of the Union and Treaty of the Union, December 30th, 1922. Since the formation of the Soviet republics, the world has been divided into two camps, the capitalist and the socialist. In the capitalist camp reigns national hostility and inequality, colonial slavery, chauvinism, national suppression programs, and imperialist brutality. That is fascinating, isn't it? Think of all the lies encapsulated in that first sentence. In the capitalist camp reigns national hostility. Oh yeah, that doesn't exist that never existed in the former Soviet Union. Slavery. We're not talking colonial slavery here, folks. We are just talking they were complete slaves. Okay. Chauvinism. Oh no, there was none of that over in the side.
Of course not.
National suppression. Oh, none of that.
No, of course not.
Brutality. Have you guys read Tortured for Christ? Okay, if you haven't, you need to read it. Okay, because that's what's coming here if we don't stop this now, okay? Read Tortured for Christ is by Richard Wurmbrand. I want you to just stop what you're doing right now. Write that down. Tortured for Christ, Richard Wurmbrand. You have got to get the book and read it. It is compelling. It's enthralling. It's gripping. It will touch you in ways you will weep. I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. Now, listen, the lies continue. Here in the socialist camp is to be found mutual confidence and peace. Oh, they had lots of that. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
National freedom and equality. Okay. Equality is code word for equal sharing of poverty, except for the ruling class.
Equality of outcome, not equality of opportunity. They're two different things. Equality of outcome is what happened in the Soviet Union, and it was pure hell.
Yes, it was terrible. And the tranquil, freaking tranquil, you believe this crap? Folks, where my Declaration of Independence gets me so excited, and I read it, and it's a living, breathing document like it's on fire, okay? And this thing is a dud. Okay, it is a complete flippin' dud, okay? Tranquil community and fraternal. This is, though, folks, this is their declaration. Like we have a Declaration of Independence. They are a declaration of the Union, and here it sits, okay? So there it is, folks. You can, here, I'm going to do this for you because I'm not going to go read through the whole thing. It's too depressing almost. Anyways, it's, in all seriousness, I am going to share this with you so you can go back and check it out if you want to. And then I want you to also realize that if you click on that and go read that in its entirety, you will see all the parallels to today. And that's what we're talking about, parallels. Okay, just like with Germany, the Reichstag fire that we talked about. So what have we covered in this lesson? Let's just do a little quick debrief. We talked about, Nazi Germany, the brown shirts, the control, the lack of free speech. We talked about here the Declaration of the Union. Okay, we've talked about the Reichstag fire, which was the false event that then perpetuated the lie that helped Hitler rise to power, okay, and cause these national clampdowns on everything because people were valuing, to the earlier point when you talked about that video, they were valuing security over freedom. Okay, so all of this is kind of taking place in it. So just kind of pulling this back together for you. And then we have the hope. And the hope was when we go back to here, people like this. Wait, where'd it go? Where'd it go? No, that's wait, where'd it go? Here, I got this guy here. I'm gonna put this picture back up for you because I want you guys to see this. Sorry. Okay, there you go. You should be seeing it now. Okay. The simple step of a courageous individual is not to take part in the lie. One word of truth outweighs the world. There you have it, folks. So this is how we do it. We live our lives in such a manner that our freedom is a complete affront to the totalitarianism. Live your life in such a way that your freedom is an affront to their totalitarianism. Get out of debt, folks. That's how they're controlling people. I've talked to numerous people who are like, well, I got a house payment and everything. Okay, get the heck out of debt. Get out of debt now, especially on your vehicles. There's no reason anybody should have a car loan. It is the silliest thing, okay? Do not have a car loan, minimum, okay? And if you're buying real estate, make sure that's well within the realm of reason, and make sure you've got a 6-month income supply sitting to the side. And I know not all of you can do that overnight, but work your way into that position, okay? If you only have one gun safe, folks, I'm going to tell you, you're making an error. You got to have 2. Okay, these are just simple things. Okay, make sure that you've got some stores in your house. Make sure that you have a store of food. Okay, those kinds of supplies so you can get by for a time. We moved up here and moved off grid to kind of prepare ourselves for what could come. Okay, and that's great, but not everybody has that opportunity. I understand that, but I'm just telling you, Jeff made a statement here. I just wanted to throw that up there, folks. All right? That's what I was talking about earlier. Okay? You don't have to wait for anybody's permission. Okay? Form a group. Do it. All right? And that's right. We are so close to the finish line. Do not give up now. Do not give up now. Take a deep breath and start as if it was the beginning. Never give in. Never give in. Never, never, never. In nothing. Okay? There are days I want to give up. I'm so tired of this. I didn't sign up for this. I'll be real honest. I did not sign up for this. I thought I was signing up to do some YouTube videos for a few months, and everything would get sorted out. We would spread the message. I would be able to inform people of what was going on, and people would come around, right? Because it just makes too much sense. And here I am, and I'm constantly looking over my shoulder at the censorship and all this crap, and it's unsettling, and it's just, you know, trying to figure out how you get it all going on. So, anyways, folks. It's a real thing. So yeah, and you know, it's so wonderful to see all the mama bear groups forming. I did an interview with Dr. Frank the other day. Some of you probably saw that, but he's been working very closely with some of those mama bear groups, and I will tell you, he is completely sold out the whole route on, where was that comment, if I can find it, this, folks. He said, that's the answer. That's the answer. So I just, you know, that's something that we just have to please do this on your way out. If you have not done it already, please do smash that like. I want to thank Constitution Vet for coming on.
Absolutely.
And you're the plan, people. There is no, the military's not coming to save you. I just want you all to figure that out. You've got a bunch of wokesters in charge. Okay. I mean.
Yeah, Neil, one thing I want to say, I was government property for almost 9 years. I was in the military for almost 9 years. And don't get me wrong, it was a good time, but I know what life is like as government property. And I can tell you, the government does not always have your best interests in mind. They don't. If you think for 1 second that you are going to put complete faith in the government and just believe and trust the government, do some research on the Tuskegee experiments. And then come back and tell me how much you should trust the government. Keep digging on those topics. Point being, should there be government? Sure. But the moment it becomes tyrannical, America is very unique. Because in our country, the people have the say. The people have the power. And unlike any other country in the rest of the world, we are the most heavily armed citizenry in the entire world. I'm not saying that to be crazy or weird. I'm saying that as a statistical fact. So take that and do with it what you will.
Yes. I've got hippie dippy Cali girl. You know, folks, I've got to confess something. For the longest time, I actually did not see the break here, and I thought it was hippie dippy call girl. Anyways, it's just really funny. I thought, what? This lady is crazy. What is she like? Who puts hippie dippy call girl? Anyways, it's hippie dippy Cali girl, but she is one of the moderators of one of the audit channels. And Jace, if you wanna, I don't know, are you a mod? And I don't know which channel you're on. I can make you one so you could post your National Audit Watch. I think it's called National Post. What is that? Is that what's that channel? Let me see if she's over here. She's not on this channel. God darn it. It's just a problem with running it on 2 channels. I only have one up, and it just becomes a big kerfuffle. Oh, look, there we are again. Here, we'll just put that back up. Here, we'll just remove this from the stream. But, oh, hey, thanks to whoever prayed for rain, because we're getting it. Yes, so Hippie Dippy Cali Girl, post that. Post your Telegram link for your oh, here. I might be able to do it for you folks quick. Look at this. I've got Telegram. And folks, if you aren't on Telegram, you are missing out. I'm serious. You have got to get on Telegram. I mean, if you want, I mean, it takes a little, it doesn't feed like other formats, but I am telling you, you can get such good news off of this. And I have a Telegram channel. Typically it's in the description. I think it'll be in the description down below again. Oh, wait, U.S. Audit Watch. This is it. Okay, watch this here. No, stop. It's on. I've got it, but they're doing some voice chat. And so now they're info. Here, hold on, folks. You got to get this. So just give me a second here. I got to get this for you because, you know, I mean, Jace or Hippie Dippy Cali Girl is not the Hippie Confused with Hippie Dippy Call Girl, is really fantastic. So there's that channel if you want to go see what they have going on. Okay, I know I'm taking a little bit of time here at the end, and I'm making my stream too long unless people will watch it. I really don't care. You people are my crowd right now, and you need this stuff. Okay. Also, there is Melissa posted that's my backup channel. Also, I'm going to post my website here for you. And I want you all to at least just go over there and register your email. You don't have to buy anything from me, okay? You can get something if you want. I do not, I don't have all the merch up there anymore. A bunch of it is out. There's only a few T-shirts and stuff. I will get that back up and running, but before Christmas. But it's just the way I'm doing it, trying to avoid big companies and all this kind of stuff. Really, I think we need to work on the parallel economies. We need to be serious about supporting people who actually believe in us. Folks, if you're on Amazon Prime, please cancel that. That is, seriously, please, for the love of all things holy, please, can I just plead with you to at least do that one thing, okay, in this battle that we are in. Can you please do that? Oh my gosh. Make it go viral. Here it is. Hashtag cancel Prime. Okay, please. I just, that is so easy for you to do. I feel like I'm like trying to tell people to do the simplest things that they can't do. And how are we going to win if we can't do the simple things? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I struggle with this because it's like people don't want to give this stuff up, and it's like they're trying to destroy you. Okay, that's why I sit here and I promote Telegram. I mean, you guys want to get some uncensored news? Go to Telegram, man. It's all over the place. You can get crazy good news over there. Subscribe to Lumberjack Logic. Come on. I got a good channel. I'm telling you, it's good stuff. Okay, go to Locals. I mean, I don't even just post videos over there. You can get all kinds of different stuff on my Locals, can't you? I mean, Constitution Vet, you're on there, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I post, like all kinds of things. Here, I'm going to get you mine, too. I'm going to get you my Telegram. I got it in that description down below, but I know some people won't be able to get down there and get to that, so I'm going to try and make this really easy for you. Oh.
Life,
Anyway.
liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, my dude. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That is what this country is all about.
There it is.
If you want to live the life you see fit, go for it.
Yes. There it is.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
There's my Telegram link. Except I'm going to tell y'all to get off Amazon Prime. Oh. Anyhow, yeah, Tam Neil's going off. Love it. I'm serious, people. We are in, folks, if you haven't figured it out, we are in an information and technology war. And if we are unwilling, I do know how much more work it was for me to go through all that to get my merchandise through 2 different sources, have somebody build a website when I could have just gone to Teespring and had it go in the load deck of YouTube, and they would have just fulfilled my orders and I never would have had to think about it. They just send me checks. Do you know how much easier that would have been? Gosh. Does it matter? Does it matter at this point? Yeah, we're a bunch of spoiled brats, okay? Look, we have got to get to the point where we are not driven so much by convenience. I mean, where was that article? What was that out of the New York Post? The Pineapple Brigade or the Pineapple Express?
Pineapple Express.
Amazon! And we can't give up Amazon.
That was a fantastic name, by the way, for the operation. I love that name.
Oh. Yeah, get the app, folks. If you're having trouble with Telegram, just get the app on your phone. And get the app, you can, I know it's going to take a little while to figure all this stuff out, people, but it does. I'm telling you, I've invested hours into this. Did I want to? No! I'd rather go shoot my bow and get ready for elk hunting. Are you kidding me? I've had to learn all this new stuff, okay? And yes, use DuckDuckGo. I'm telling you, you want to get some better search results? Oh my gosh. Do you guys realize how manipulated the search results are on Google?
It's crazy. I did that for one of my lessons one time. Actually, I showed my students. I had my students log in, and I compared them using Google, DuckDuckGo, and then I brought in my Linux and I had them use Tor, and they saw 3 completely different search results. And what's interesting is they had the best results off of DuckDuckGo, Brave, and Tor. Way better than Google.
Yeah. I just, it's so, I understand that it's a hassle, okay? But folks, I'm going to give you a quick story. Can I give you one more story? It'll be quick. But remember when there was that rally held by Number 45 before it was down in Oklahoma, and some people got cold and stuff, and there were some older folks because the lines were too long and it was too hard. Too many people showed up is basically what happened. Okay, and then President Trump left in his helicopter and left people starving in the cold. Okay, whatever. I mean, that was the headlines all over the place. I was looking because I wanted to know the crowd size at Butler, Pennsylvania. So I was really specific. In fact, if you guys know how to use Google, you can actually put in the quote marks around things and then it specifies the search. So I'm like, Butler, Pennsylvania, just give me that. Okay, and rally, crowd size. It kept giving me the Oklahoma and all the bad headlines to try and slam Trump. It was a completely manipulated search. Then I went to DuckDuckGo. I type in Butler, Pennsylvania rally crowd size. And there it is. And I'm telling you, they are not as good as Google at a lot of things yet. They aren't. I mean, Google rose to be the biggest search engine because they were the best. I'm not going to say they weren't. Okay? But that doesn't mean that we can't help somebody else become the best who's willing to not manipulate our results.
Right. That's why I prefer using Tor if all possible.
People talk about locals buffering or like Odyssey or whatever or Rumble. I mean, it all sucks. I understand that. Some suck worse than others. I have been uploading some videos to Rumble again, but folks, it's just we just have to. And locals is pretty easy to upload and pretty easy to live stream from right now. And I cannot live stream from Rumble unless I give them a bunch of money every month. That's how you live stream on a Rumble. But I want you to know that there's always going to be issues with platforms when they start. Marcus was on a call with our liaison in the CEO of Locals today, talking with them, and it was very encouraging. I have not done that yet. I could, but it's fine. I can get the information from the other people. I don't need to waste time being on one of those calls. But whether it's I don't post over there, but there's ban this, there's what's BitChute, all these different platforms, but they're none of them are going to be as good as YouTube right now. I'm sorry, they aren't. That doesn't mean they won't be if we support them. And if we don't support them, they won't. Okay, please go subscribe to my Locals channel and support Gab. Get on Gab. Folks, and that's another place. You can get some news there. I'm telling you what, man, it is pretty unfiltered. I mean, there's some bad language and everything from time to time, but that's okay. This is going on right now. They're talking about this, but folks, I want you to understand too, there is a lot of saber rattling going on right now. There's a lot of desperation from the other side. They are in full mode. Okay. You don't need to, take everything. Don't live in a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power and love coupled with a sound mind. I'm going to keep repeating that. Okay. Sarah, thank you. Sarah's awesome. Sarah, thank you so much for offering to buy my son's chickens the other day. Okay, she's not only beautiful, she's also willing to buy my son's chickens. So, Sarah, thank you so much. And by the way, for those who do not know, Sarah means princess, because I have a daughter named Sarah. Okay, But if you go, Sarah, into my description below, you will see my link to Gab, and you can go click on that. Hey, thanks, Sarah. Anybody who is willing to help my kids, I'm in their camp. They're immediately. I'm a fan of theirs. So, it's just going nuts. Arming up, need people, folks. They need people. Hippy Dippy Cali girl, she is doing that, and it's a wonderful work that she's doing. I will post that link one more time for you. And Jace, do I not have you on here as a mod? That's totally my error if I don't. I apologize. By the way, I was featured in a sock puppet video today. Did you see that, Constitution Vet?
No. What was this?
A sock puppet news video. Yes. It's quite entertaining. It's absolutely one of the funniest things, folks. You got to go over to my community post, click on that video, and check it out. It's hilarious. I'm subbed to that channel now, so I get to see all these things coming across. They're just funny. Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
One thing before we close out for the night. So if you are, sorry, there's a slight echo there. Oh, there we go. If anyone watching is nervous or scared or not really sure what to do next, don't think like you have to solve all the problems. Just find one thing that you are good at, one thing that you feel like can contribute. For me, my YouTube channel is not big at all. It's pretty small. And after just getting fed up with all the garbage going on, I needed to do something. And so I made a channel. And my part in all of this is to provide educational resources for everyone. And so if you find your niche, go there. That's your part. Do your part. So I encourage everyone to find what they're good at and stick to it and use that little piece as a part of a larger puzzle. Neil does a much better job than I ever could at, well, so many things. My area is teaching, and that's the area I'm sticking to.
I'm gonna post his channel one more time if you want to get some history lessons. He only puts up 2 videos a week. It won't inundate you too much, but you will learn some valuable history lessons. He gave me a great book too, which I've read, by the way, which would be fun to go through as well on the
Which
commentary. The Comanches down there in Texas.
Oh yeah, Summer Moon.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the title again? The Summer Moon. The Empire of the Summer Moon.
Yeah, that's it.
Empire of the Summer Moon, folks. If you want,
I already did a video over that actually.
Oh really? Oh, go watch this video and then get the book. Okay, but it was really it was a compelling read. Empire of the Summer Moon. Okay. So anyways, yeah, you can definitely go, like I say, I just posted it. I'll post it again. Bam. I'm making this so easy for you folks. Look at that. Bam. There it is. I just posted it up. You can go subscribe to his channel. He's got some good history lessons over there. And, I need Constitution Vet address. Like, you mean like a physical address, Maggie H? You tell me. And let me see. I'm not going to have him give his address out over the thing, but, and we're not going to do that. But I can get it for you, Maggie H. If you're looking for an address to send him something, or are you looking for an email address? Tell me quickly, Maggie H. Because I'm going to end this stream.
I can send my email address right now.
Oh, YouTube address. Well, I keep posting it. There it is again. Boom. There's his YouTube channel right there. Oh, I can't. My husband works for Amazon. Sorry, Josephina. I'm still not buying anything there. I mean, I love you. I mean, you're great. You're listening to this show. I'm sure you're wonderful, but it ain't going to happen. Oh, my niche in these chats is just commenting.
Hey, listen, if that's your niche, go for it, okay? Like, if that is your form of fighting against tyranny, go for it.
Oh, make a list of reading materials for patriots and slap it up. You want to do that, Constitution Vet?
Oh, sure, yeah. I already have a few. I can send you right now in the chat box.
Yeah. Just write them right into the chat.
Oh, for a public? Oh, yeah. Okay, I can do that.
Oh, Metagear. I've never heard of that search engine, Josh and Jesus. Never heard of that one. Metagear. Hey, Nathaniel, you have to go back and check it out. It was pretty good. The last 20 minutes we've been screwing off, but I'm telling you, the first bit was good. We're going over Telegram. We're trying to get people to change their ways, and stuff. Go to the links in the description below and subscribe, so you can get some different news. Oh gosh. Thank you, Nathaniel. Yeah, we got into some good stuff on history. Would love to get in contact. Let Neil know. Okay, so Hippy Dippy Cali girl, love to get in contact with you. I've talked to her on the phone. She's all right, man. I've heard her whole life story. I'm not going to spill the beans for her here.
I can send you my email address. Neil.
Oh yeah, I get your email. I can send it to her via Telegram here. See, look at that, folks. Do you see how I'm using Telegram again? Get on Telegram. You know that you can make encrypted voice calls through there. Yeah, no one can spy on you. Oh yeah, that's the only way I talk to David Jose. I mean, that boy is like he's
on fire, man.
The ultimate double agent, man, or whatever. No, he's listen to this. Now Neil's been scolding us.
Yeah, he has. He really has. So listen, guys.
I'm sorry. I'm done. I will quit doing that. I'm sorry.
If you really want a practical resource to learn better ways, more ways to fight against tyranny, check out Dave Jose. Check out Josh Barnett. These guys are on fire. Like they live, eat, and breathe practical, legal ways for you to fight against tyranny. So please check them out.
Oh, hey, right here, Christina. I just talked to him the other day. I think I'm going to have him on late next week or the week after. So just FYI, that's going to happen. I just want you to know. And Signal is supposed to be private messaging as well. Yes, so Signal's another one. I do have the Signal app. I don't use that. You kind of pick one or the other. I mean, actually, Brian Lupo, you guys all know Brian, Mr. CanCon. I always call him through Signal. He likes Signal. It's that's so I do utilize it for making phone calls. And actually, Bill Bailey calls me through Signal too.
Oh, I love that guy.
He's great. Remember when the hashtag I am Bill Bailey was going around?
Yeah, who is Bill Bailey?
Yeah, or who is Bill Bailey? That's it. Anyways, anything else you want tonight, folks? Any questions you have? Let me do that. Any questions you have for our great history expert, Constitution vet, commonly known as Ben?
I am no expert. I definitely love history, though.
Yes, you're into it, man. And
I did just earn my master's degree, so that's why I'm wearing this shirt. So that was a big accomplishment for me.
Yes, I do not have a master's degree, folks. In fact, I'm going to just make a solid confession to you. I have never gone to college.
You don't need to go. You do not need to go. I can't tell you how many podcasts I've listened to between Thomas Sowell, Jordan Peterson, Dr. Steve Turley. Like they all make a great case for not going to college, and all three of these guys have their doctorates. So college is great if you know exactly what you want to do, but you do not have to go to college to be successful. And I tell my students that all the time. They're like, I can't wait to go to Ivy League University. I'm like, you don't need to go. You really don't.
You're saying, thank God, Neil. I mean, that is why you aren't a Marxist. Well, look, Constitution Ben made it through without becoming a Marxist. I mean, he did become a cultish guy, though. I mean, you know those Texas A&M people.
Here we go. There is the shade. I was wondering when the shade would come.
By the way, folks, I went down there hog hunting with him, and on the way out, he has to stop by this place because he's going to get me to. Aggie's gear. And they didn't have it. So he didn't get it for me. My son, by the way, was wearing a Texas Longhorns shirt. I thought they were going to kick him out. They're like going to kick him off the grounds or something. It was crazy.
So one fact, Texas A&M University is one of the last bastions of conservative ideals in Texas, which is really cool.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, this was fun. I'm having fun now. It's nice just to be sitting here. I love the chat. The chat's a lot of fun right now. Yeah. And I didn't see your questions for him, Josh. Let me go back up. Josh had apparently questions. Does he foresee a day when all gun laws are nullified and we have full 2A freedom?
That's a great question. And actually, that brings up another good point I forgot to mention. Dr. Steve Turley has made many videos on this topic, the topic of state sovereignty. Ever since last year of November, actually, no, ever since that failed lawsuit that Texas filed to the Supreme Court, ever since that happened, I believe that state sovereignty is beginning to become the norm now. Every single state is regaining their sovereignty, realizing that because each state has their own government, their own constitution, they can decide how they want to, determine those types of laws. So currently in my state of Texas, those gun laws are not going away anytime soon because it's very open, it's very Second Amendment friendly. However, if you live in places like Illinois, I believe their gun laws are very restrictive.
However, the most restrictive,
however,
the most.
There is some good news. I do know that California, as crazy as it is slowly becoming very friendly to that Second Amendment. And now we have this guy, you might have heard of him, Larry Elder, who's gaining serious steam, serious traction in California. Who knows? That state might become red. I know it's a long shot, but my point is,
it's actually not a long shot. Well, yeah, there's things we can't talk about that's making it a longer shot. But there was the passed out guy with 300 pieces of paper in his vehicle the other day. That's a real news story reported in common news sources. Anyways, but I will tell you that they are nervous, very much so out there. Very.
To answer the question, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, even the New York Times was writing a piece. What's that nutcase in the New York Times trying to defend Gavin Newsom and everything? Newsom is beyond nervous at this point. It could be that they just don't have enough people with needles in their car and pieces of paper to overcome this. We don't know. Anyways,
I'm assuming that you saw the video of his whining and complaining video. Do you remember that? The video where Newsom was whining and complaining basically to everyone, saying that he's not getting his way and he's really mad and he's not getting his way, that the people of California dare think of someone else for the leadership.
Yeah,
that's a good video. But yeah, so to answer the question on the Second Amendment, I think it all falls down to state sovereignty. I really do. Because the United States Constitution makes it very clear what rights you have. So ultimately, the states can do what they want. But at the end of the day, even the states have to abide by the United States Constitution. And so on my channel, I have a video that I made when I first started my channel over the fact that every single person in this country is a militia. If you are an American citizen, you are automatically a militia. And because of that, the Second Amendment applies to you. So again, I know things are really bad right now, but please take heart, guys, and know that if you are willing to look at history, you can see that during these times of darkness, it did end. During these times of absolute chaos, there was light at the end. And just because you may have lost some battles does not mean you've lost the war. So again, to finalize all of this, our society is the most heavily armed society in the world. Our society is made up of stubborn people who will not surrender, who will not back down, who will create an operation called Pineapple Express just to go rescue their own people. That's how far we can go. So please do not think for 1 second that you're weak or that you can't do anything. That's a complete lie.
It's complete lie. It is psychological warfare, folks, to try and use these alphabet agencies and try and say, oh, we're so powerful. Why do you think that they're coming down so hard on these J6 guys? They are trying. I don't know if you guys saw again, I posted it over on my locals again. Okay, but they're coming down so hard on. There's a great movie out, kind of a little documentary on one of the guys, and it's they're basically, they just are trying to force them into saying Trump made me do it. What? Oh yes, peacefully and patriotically protest. Make your voices heard. Yes, he told us to storm the Capitol. It's just like so dumb. Oh, folks, it's interesting. So don't again. God hath not given us a spirit of fear, but a power and of love, coupled with the sound mind. I love this. Okay, I'm going to spill the beans on who this is that's always doing this in my chat. It's Josh and Jesus. Okay, he's always changing his names. Come on, people, I can't live without y'all. He's hilarious. I like him. He's funny. He's he posted a good thing on my locals page today as well. So, yeah, I just don't buy into the psyop, people. You've got the power.
In the chat box, in the private chat box, I just sent you 2 books. If anyone wants 2 books to really focus on, I just sent it to you. It's David McCullough's 1776. And
that's a great book.
Oh, awesome book. And then Alexander Solzhenitsyn's Gulag Archipelago. If there's no other books you can read, at least read those 2 books.
There it is.
Those 2 books are phenomenal. David McCullough's work in 1776 provides a very clear picture on just how close we came to losing the American Revolution. But because we didn't lose, we became this wonderful experiment that has lasted.
Yeah, that's where you're going to find out how Washington was the best retreating army in the world. And that's where you're going to learn that. And also how much providential circumstances came into play. I mean, and they were all believing. They were believers, folks. I know. I've lost listeners because I talk about Jesus. Hey, watch this. Jesus, 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 Jesus. There's nobody like Jesus. Only Jesus can save. Jesus loves you. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. You want to quit me over that? You knock yourself out, man. But I'm telling you what, Jesus is the only name that can save. The only. There is no other. No Buddha, Hindu, no nothing. There's no other nebulous God. There's nothing of the sort, folks. Jesus. And you know what? He gave his all, and he actually asked that you give your all too. Anyways.
And the second book is Alexander Solzhenitsyn's Gulag Archipelago. Solzhenitsyn's book, honestly, is what really opened my eyes. And it wasn't until I heard Dr. Jordan Peterson talking about that book that I read it, and I was blown away by it.
He's nonstop. I'm telling you, the guy is nonstop. Yeah, well, yes. And then you have to, okay, guys, okay, so here's the thing. I'll give you my quick little Telegram lesson because it is not the most intuitive interface ever. Okay, it really isn't. You can go in on your privacy settings, folks, and you can determine whether or not people can call you over Telegram. Now, I have chosen that people can make a Telegram call to me and whatnot. Now, my group obviously does not contain my personal information, but you want to enter your and you can enter your email too. And I mean, you can use Telegram in so many ways. In fact, maybe what I'll do one day is do a tutorial on Telegram. But you know, the toughest thing about Telegram, here, I'm going to show you guys something. You guys want to learn a little bit about Telegram, or is that a waste of your time? You got to tell me here. I'll show you a few things if it's worth it to you. If it's not, it's totally understandable. 1776 is a great book, Irene. So yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, please tutorial. Here, I'm just gonna give you a quick thing. It's all backwards. Okay. Shoot, it's gonna be too bright. Here, let me see if I can. Let me try this. Does that make it then better? No, it doesn't, does it? No. It's just too bright. But basically, folks, when I have, like, right up here, there's probably, you know, about 15 that I really follow. You know, I've got Dave's group on here. I've got Ivan Raiklin and so on. So what happens is your messages will go down. It's almost like looking at an email. It's almost like, there, you see it? See all these little things on the side there? Okay, so you can see, you know, well, there we go. I've got Lumberjack Logic. That's my chat group within. Okay, but you can see I follow these different audit groups, and you know, I've got Professor's Record. I've got the library. I've got Lauren Witzke. She's got True News. She's got some good news. Okay, but those are the ones I'm most active in. And you know what, folks? I know you guys have heard me talk about the QAnon thing. I don't buy it. I don't buy this whole military plan's going to come in and save us. But I still follow this one chat room, and you know why? Because they have really great news stories in there. I don't have to agree with everything. See, folks, I want you to understand this. You don't have to agree with everything everybody says to think that they might have something good in there. Oh, anyhow, I just want y'all to know this. It's kind of crucial to using your cognitive brain. I even follow some liberals. Did he just say that? Yes. I want to know what they're thinking. Actually, and you know what? There's some actually. There it is. See it? Oh, got it out of the light. Look at that. It worked because it's on low. See that? So these are the different things that I follow, and now it's going to light back up when I do that. But so you can see, and then what happens is I got Maximus Forever. I got Nick Moseder on there. I've got Behizzi. I've got a great source for news called The Library, and so on. But anyways, all this stuff gets shared around Telegram, and you don't deal with all the idiocy of like Facebook and stuff. So it's really wonderful. But I will do for you folks. I can share this screen on here. I know what I'll do. Watch this. Do you use Telegram, Constitution Vet?
I do, yeah. I know my wife is more on that side of the Constitution Vet PR. She manages all that. I focus more on teaching during the day, getting my updates from locals and from populisrevolt.com, which is another good site. And
oh yeah, you folks, you've got to be on populisrevolt.com. That's a must. Populisrevolt.com. I'm sorry. Andy has run a great site. It's phenomenal. It's fantastic. You guys have got to get. You guys have got to get on there. I'm serious. I mean, if you're not, Populist Revolt allows you. Here, look at this. I figured out a way to do it. There you go. See this, folks? So what happens here, and what happens with this is as I yeah, did you see that?
Like Warriors, I love it. That's great.
Yeah, with Pig Venus or whatever. Anyways, there's it's that but like so here, and if I click then on, and what happens is some things can get lost. So like if I go down here, Cold Monkey Z has fallen down. But there's Real Anthony Aguero has fallen down, Cynthia and so on. I've got all these people who I keep in touch with. I get these replies and stuff to different things. and it'll tell me when people join. But I can't get to everything and everybody on here. There's no possible way. I can't keep up with all my social media. It just ain't happening. So I just want you folks to know that if I don't get back to you on something, please don't take an affront to it. Please, I can't. But so this is Ivan Raiklin. Now, folks, I did an interview with Ivan Raiklin. I jumped in the car with him. This was out in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. You want to see a crazy interview? Go watch that. It's on my locals channel. But so, but some of these people you can follow them and see. I haven't checked this in a little while. So there's 70 some. I mean, I can't read it all. I can't keep up with it all. The news comes in so fast over here. But the fact is, you can get some really good news. Lauren is great. I met her out at the symposium. I've got a picture of her up on my community. So we got the woke lesbo soldier. She is hard hitting. Okay, this gal is she's like no holds barred. So radical leftist judges ruling that mask mandates are constitutional as expected. Now DeSantis must follow through with his word and rip their funding. Okay. So this is the thing. She holds people's feet to the fire. I love her. She's great. Anyways, that's Lauren at True News. So there's all these great things you can follow. But what happens is, as every time something new comes into the feed, it'll move that feed up to the top. Okay. So there's been 80 here on the Dave Jose group since I checked in last. Okay. I can't keep up with it all, but nonetheless, it just keeps going up to the top. But, then if I click on it, I can bring that back up because it'll clear it. So if I want to go, Ivan now, the next time he posts, that'll go up to the top. So if they're posting and I clear it, it'll just start moving up to the top. And that's how I just keep the stuff in the top of my feed that I most want to see. I just keep in touch with it. I make a comment or something. And that's how it works. So this is actually on my, see, here it is. And see, I'm telling you folks, they just have some good news. Okay. They're all into this, 5G stuff and the world's going to, and the military is going to come and save us. But, then I can get a story like this. So there's nuggets to be found in this. They share some great news. So that's how this works. Yeah.
So this is all really good for some of our viewers who may seem kind of overwhelmed by a lot of the stuff we can get through Telegram. I would recommend them check out populistsrevolt.com. That's another really good source to get your information on without having the constant updates. Telegram's really good, but again, if you get easily overwhelmed with information, you may not want to use Telegram just yet. You might want to slowly get into it through populistsrevolt.com. I mean, he's not wrong.
I can't.
He's not wrong.
Oh, gosh. Thanks, Rod. I saw your comment. I don't know if I'm the hardest working guy out there. That Dave Jose, I think he's up at 4 a.m. every morning. It's a nut job, man. I don't think he sleeps. He's crazy. He's awesome. So the thing is with me, folks, and I've said this before, is I don't really get involved in a lot of these little disputes and debates because I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt until I can fish them out and they prove me wrong. And that's just where I come from. And I understand that some of you, if people do, I called out Lindsey Graham as a rhino. I thought he had an epiphany the other year with the whole Kavanaugh hearing. I was like, I thought he really came around, but no, he didn't. And so I called him out. I mean, he's fast tracked all of, Jay Bribe's judges. It's been terrible. So it's been lame. So he's proven himself to be just a rhino who looks for headlines, and he likes to get on Sean Hannity and talk a lot, but he doesn't do anything for us. Except for help out Jay Bribes, because he wants to stay politically relevant and advance his own political career. So I will call those people out when I figure something out. But until I know and I figure something out, I don't do it. I just, yeah, I think gossip is one of the absolute worst things in the world. And I've seen it destroy churches. I've seen it destroy businesses. Yeah. I had a rule when I worked at this company, even though I didn't agree with the president most of the time, I didn't talk to other employees about how I didn't agree with him. That was the one that I almost blew up on. You know, I kind of blew up on the phone that one time I was telling that story because freedom beats so strongly in my veins. Okay. But if I had a problem with him, I took it straight to him. I didn't talk to my subordinates about it. I just couldn't. No.
Go up, not down.
Yes. And not only that. Yep. And then the other thing was I also came to the conclusion that if it got so bad, you know what I would do? I would just leave. You know, I didn't need them for my income. I could go find something else to do. And that's always how I've thought. So I know I'm a little different that way in terms of being so quick to leave. And now I don't have to leave. Obviously, I do my art shows. I'm a photographer. I've written a couple books and sell some books. And, you know, most of my income is derived from my photography and videography work. I do some other work because we have we're a loosely affiliated group of creative professionals, and we do marketing work for companies, branding and whatnot. And so that's what I do. What's that?
I'm a teacher.
You're a teacher, yeah. So, you know, but you're a contract teacher, so you're a little different. You're not as inclined to be forced into things, right? You have to kind of tell yourself.
Yeah, the school I teach at is very unique because it is a private school, so we don't get public funding. We are a private school. With that being said, my school is pretty left-leaning. However, you know, worst case scenario, if there comes a point in the future where I have to make a choice between doing what's the popular choice compared to the right choice, I'm going to choose the right choice every time, because that's a test of your real integrity. Real integrity is making the right call when everyone is looking.
Yes.
That's hard to do.
I like Josh and Jesus' comment. That's why I put it up. Sadly, churches are some of the worst at the gossip train, and it really stinks. It just is what it is, though, you know. Anyways. Hey, I love you, folks. Thank you so much for tuning into this live stream on history and whatnot. You know, I do. I love you all. And I know people say, how do you know that? You don't know me or whatever. But folks, I actually love people, and I love their stories, both the highs and the lows of it. That's when I wrote my resorts books. That was a lot of it was just interviewing people and getting their stories and then telling them. But people go through a lot in life. None of us are getting out of this thing unharmed. Not a one. You know, whether that's emotionally, physically, it's most likely both. We're just not. And so I just love you all because I love people. And, you know, I've got neighbors at the end of my driveway, people. And they're lesbians. And, you know, I think that's crazy. I mean, I do. I just think that's nuts. And it's not healthy and everything. But they walk on my property. I let them walk on my property. They kind of like the nature and whatnot, and I love them. And I think they know that. I've actually helped them out on their house a little bit too and whatnot. Yeah, and you know, people say, "Well, what fellowship does light have to darkness?" That's not fellowship. Okay, that's not the same thing. That's helping, and it's loving, and we are called to love. Now, am I going to go down to the gay 90s bar in Minneapolis and hang out with them there? No, that's a terrible environment to hang. No. I remember when I waited tables in downtown Minneapolis, these people thought I should do that. I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. People, come on. You know where I'm coming from. Why not? Well, because I'm not. I mean, that's silly. You know, so anyways, I love you all. And Jace, Hippie Dippy Cali Girl, thank you for sharing your story with me the other day on the phone. And God bless you all. I mean it. And get to know Jesus now before it's too late, because we could be at that point in time in history too. All right?
Yeah. Never surrender.
See this?
Never
He does
submit.
this all the time. All the time. It's just. Anyways, people are great. All right. Peace out. Love you.